Recently I did this lock knot out, and it's starting to fall, so it's getting longer than it was when I initially did it. If you want to see how it looked when I initially did it, you can check this video out real quick. But the reason why I'm making this video is because having my hair like this, it kind of reminded me when I was first starting off my locks, when I was about maybe like 6 months to 2 years. I was rocking braid outs all the time. All of the time. And my hair always had like crinkles. My locks always had crinkles in it, and they fell like in this area. So you can see why this style reminds me of when I was first starting out. And I was just thinking about different styles that I did back then, and how I looked with it, and how I felt with it. And it just dawned on me that I can never get that back. I'll never, only because I'm not cutting my locks, that's what I mean. But if I were to cut my locks, whatever, then yeah, I can do that again. But as far as I'm concerned, that part of my life is over, and I can't get back to that. And I do miss it. I do miss it sometimes. Even though I do prefer long hair, it's different for me. Short hair is different for me, and I don't know. I felt, even though it took a long time for me to get used to it, get accustomed to having the short hair and having locks in general, you know, I had transitioned from a long perm, and yeah, even though at first I felt uncomfortable, I felt like I was like a boy, eventually I started to warm up to it, and I was really loving it. And that's kind of what I remember the most when I had those short locks. I remember just feeling so brand new, and in a good way. And I'm not going to get that feeling again. So basically why I'm making this video, just to encourage you all of you who have baby locks, the short locks, starter locks. I know a lot of you guys are real eager to grow your hair out and get the long locks. But keep in mind, once you have long locks, that's it. Unless you cut them. That's it. They're only going to get longer. So definitely take the time with your short locks to embrace it, to love it, take advantage of it. Don't cover it up so much. Rock it out. Do some styles. I wish I did more styles. I was playing around with styles like before they locked completely. And once they locked completely, I was like barely wearing styles. I was just wearing it down. Like I didn't care, kind of like. But in retrospect, I wish I did more styles to it. Yeah, that's kind of all I wanted to say. Just words of encouragement. I guess that mostly apply to my lock ladies, but the fellas too. Embrace your short locks. Embrace your short locks. Love them, shake them. Remember that this is a temporary period. I see videos on YouTube of girls doing styles to make their hair look shorter all the time. To make their locks look shorter, I mean, you know, like lock petals, lock knots, bantu knots. Once your hair is long, unless you cut it. And I know a lot of you are in the game for the long haul like me, so you don't want to cut your hair. So especially to you guys, love your short locks. Matter of fact, love your locks at every stage. Because if you're going to keep growing it out, you're never going to get it back. And it's all fun. It's all interesting. It's all a learning experience. It's a journey. It really is a journey. Love, light, and locks.